Pressure doesn't always break you. Sometimes it forces the truth out through the pen. Yeah, let it breathe. Poetry under pressure. Every line got weight. Turn stress into syntax, pain into phrase. When the world presses down, let the pen lift the page. Poetry under pressure. That's how I create. Pressure on my chest. Pressure on my chest, black ink in my hand. Every verse is how I breathe when nobody understands. I don't hide from the truth, I put the truth in the measure. Every line comes alive through poetry under pressure. Bills on the table forming towers by the lamp. Red letters talking like they know who I am. Phone keeps ringing with demands and commands, so I turn every worry into bars where I stand. Deadline tomorrow, but the mind won't rest. Family says be strong while I'm fighting the stress. Everybody needs something, I keep giving my best. And I write after midnight just to empty my chest. Pen hits paper like a valve being turned. Every word that's a little more anxiety burn. I don't write perfect, I write what I've learned. Some truths need rhythm before they can be heard. Rent due Friday, hope due every day. Got a pocket full of questions and no easy way, but the beat gives order to the thoughts in my brain. 4 bars at a time, I put the frame around pain. Poetry under pressure, every line got weight. Turn stress into syntax, pain into phrase. When the world presses down, let the pen lift the page. Poetry under pressure, that's how I create. Pressure on my chest, black ink in my hand. Every verse is how I breathe when nobody understands. I don't hide from the truth, I put the truth in the measure. Every line comes alive through poetry under pressure. I write for the worker on the first morning train, for the mother doing double shifts and smiling through strain, for the old man watching his whole block change, and the kid with the dream nobody can explain. City full of voices but they drown in the noise. Every window holds a struggle that the voice being voiced. So I listen to the silence underneath all the horns. Find poetry growing where the pavement is worn. Street poetry isn't only anger and grief, it's the joke at the shop bringing tired people relief. It's the neighbor bringing dinner when the paycheck is weak. It's the language of survival that the textbooks don't teach. Every crack front step has a rhythm and tone. Every bust-out conversation is a world of its own. I collect those moments, give the nameless a home. Turn the pressure of the city into truth through a poem. The page never judged me, the beat never rushed me. They simply held the weight until I was ready to release it. I don't worship suffering or call every wound art. Pain isn't required for a meaningful heart, but whenever it arrives and the whole world gets dark, I can shape what I feel without being torn apart. I've learned rest is a verse, silence part of the song. Asking someone for help doesn't mean I'm not strong. The pen is one tool when the nights become long. Out of wall to hide behind when I know something's wrong. Now my flow moves slower but the meaning runs deep. Every pause give the listener a second to breathe. I'm not chasing clever words nobody believes. Give me one honest sentence over 20 techniques. When the final drum fades and the needle gets lifted, I want people to feel like their burden got witnessed. That's the purpose behind every rhyme I deliver. Turning pressure into poetry that outlives the speaker. Poetry under pressure, every line got weight. Turn stress into syntax, pain into phrase. When the world presses down, let the pen lift the page. Poetry under pressure, that's how create. Pressure on my chest. Pressure on my chest. Pressure on my chest. Black ink in my head. Every verse is how I breathe when nobody understands. I don't hide from the truth, I put the truth in a measure. Every line comes alive through poetry under pressure. Poetry under pressure. Let the drums hold the weight. Poetry under pressure. Let the truth fill the page. The pressure is still here, but now it has a voice. Pressure on my chest. Old records don't only carry music, they carry the room's choices and unfinished conversations of the people who played them. Old records, new lessons, needle in the groove. The past tells a story, but I choose how I move. Keep the wisdom, leave the limits, let the rhythm progress. Old records, new lessons. Dust around the sleeve, truth underneath. Yesterday keeps talking when you listen deep. I don't live in the past, I visit for perspective. Old records, new lessons. Found a cardboard box in the back of the room. 21 albums and the smell of perfume. Dates written softly on the edge of each sleeve. Little notes in the corners from a life before me. One said, play this slowly when the long weekends. Another had a name with a heart drawn in pen. I never met half of the people mentioned, but the fingerprints remain like a quiet introduction. Dropped one on the table, heard the orchestra rise. Warm bass underneath and some horns on the side. Singer sounded tired, but the voice stayed bright, like somebody found hope in the middle of the night. Those records taught patience through an 8-minute song. No rush to the chorus, let the feeling grow strong. Every instrument listen before moving along. A lesson for a world where we all speak at once. Old records, new lessons, needle in the groove. The past tells a story, but I choose how I move. Keep the wisdom, leave the limits, let the rhythm progress. Old records, old records, old records. New lesson, dust around the sleeve, truth underneath. Yesterday keeps talking when you listen deep. I don't live in the past, I visit for perspective. Old records, new lesson. But everything old isn't automatically wise. Some songs held beliefs that should stay behind. Some call pain normal, taught people to hide. Made a virtuous silence when somebody needed a voice. Respecting your elders doesn't mean never asking which parts of their world caused unnecessary damage. I can honor their strength and improve on the pattern. Love the hands that built while repairing what happened. One generation gives you a map with their roads, but new streets appear and no bridges get closed. You study their route and decide where to go. Tradition is a seed, not a permanent mold. So I keep their resilience, their craft and their care. Leave the fear of emotions they were taught not to share. Every age has a truth in a blind spot somewhere. Learning means listening, then becoming more aware. The past deserves respect, not obedience. A lesson remains alive when the next generation improves it. I found a 4-bar section where the piano felt right. Chopped it with respect, built the beat late at night. Added drums from the present, let the old horns breathe. 2 different generations sharing space underneath. Young kid heard the sample, asked where it began. So I showed him the sleeve, let him study the band. Told him, don't only take, try to understand. There were human lives behind every sound in your hands. Then he added new chords I would never have played. Changed the whole arrangement in a beautiful way. That's how culture continues without staying the same. Each generation listens then contributes its name. Maybe someday our records get discovered like these. Dust across the covers, little cracks in the sleeves. I hope the future takes what it can use and then leaves our mistakes in the past while improving our dreams. Old records, new lessons, needle in the groove. The past tells a story, but I choose how I move. Keep the wisdom, leave the limits, let the rhythm progress. Old records, new lessons. Dust around the sleeve, truth underneath. Yesterday keeps talking when you listen deep. I don't live in the past, I visit for perspective. Old records, new lessons. So new direction. Yeah. History is guidance, not a final destination. Keep the wisdom, let the rhythm progress. Old records, new lessons. One generation fades and the next one doesn't have to fade out. Everybody wants the formula. The right drum, the right sample, the right timing. But some things can't be downloaded. Some things have to grow. Yeah. No shortcut to the soul. No fast lane within. You can copy the sound, can't copy where it's been. Technique opens doors, but the truth makes it whole. No shortcut. No shortcut to the soul. A preset might shine and the numbers might grow, but feeling needs roots before the branches can show. Take time, live life, let the real unfold. There's no shortcut to the soul. Young producer asks, what's the quickest way through? Which drum should I buy? Which arrangement should I use? How do I make a record that the whole world will choose? I said, learn every tool, then decide what is you. Study how the bass gives the kick room to breathe, how the horn leaves silence before hitting the peak, how a rapper changes cadence when the words get deep. Craft matters greatly, but it isn't complete. Listen to the people when they tell you their lives, not to steal their pain or turn the truth into lines. Let empathy teach you how to write with respect. So grow stronger when the human connection is kept. There are ways to work smarter, no shame in the guide. You don't need to suffer just to make something alive. But patience can't be skipped and attention takes time. The soul enters slowly when the ego steps aside. No to the soul. No fast lane within. You can copy the sound, can't copy where it's been. Technique opens doors, but the truth makes it whole. No shortcut. No shortcut to the soul. A preset might shine and the numbers might grow, but feeling needs roots before the branches can show. Take time, live life, let the real unfold. There's no shortcut to the soul. I learned that lesson after chasing every trend. Borrow someone's cadence, copy where we've been. Mix sounded perfect from beginning to end, but the person in the speakers didn't sound like a friend. Every track was polished, every drum hit clean, every line had a structure that the market might need. Still the room felt empty when I played back the beat. There was plenty of skill, but no reason to repeat. So I shut down the references, sat alone with the keys, played one awkward chord that felt honest to me. Wrote about an ordinary Sunday that week. Nothing dramatic happened, but the record could breathe. That song never traveled like the trend-based ones, but a stranger wrote, this sounds like where I come from. One authentic connection made the whole lesson known. Soul isn't measured by how far a song goes. Soul is not a genre. It is not pain performed for attention. It is presence. The sound of somebody meaning what they create. Soul lives in laughter just as much as regret. In the meal made with care, in the promise being kept, in the drummer holding back so the singer can rest, in the first leaving space for the listener's breath. New tools keep arriving and I welcome them all. Every tool is a brush, not the hand of the thought. You can speed up the process, make the workload small, but intention still decides if the work has a heart. So practice your craft, learn the business and grow. Protect your own rights, understand what you own, but don't let efficiency replace being close to the life-loving people that give art a soul. I'm still learning daily, still refining control, still removing extra words so the real can be shown. Every record reminds me, wherever I go, there are shortcuts to work, not shortcuts to soul. No shortcut to the soul. No fast lane within. You can copy the sound, can't copy where it's been. Technique opens doors, but the truth makes it whole. No shortcut to the soul. A preset might shine and the numbers might grow. A feeling needs roots before the branches can show. Take time, live life, let the real unfold. There's no shortcut to the soul. Learn the craft, use the tools, but remember your heart is what gives them their use. Take time, live life, let the real unfold. There's no shortcut to the soul. You can arrive faster, but you still have to arrive as yourself.